Guys, no, I don't think you understand. This is actually not a laughing matter. These are serious shenanigans. No, stop smiling, you in the back.
What are you laughing at, you fucking fraud? What's he laughing at?
Arne Slot's depression-inducing Reds. Richard Hughes' Samaritan's Hotline, Mad Ting, Sad Ting, Scouse Skets. We've lost to dogs, bro. I can't even call them wolves. Like, genetically, they haven't modified enough to become wolves, bro. They're bottom of the league. How can I call them a pack of wolves when they had the same amount of points as an isosceles triangle 2 months ago? Furthermore, it's not even a good brand of dog as well. I'm not even giving them that. Carpathian Shepherd Dog. The Hamong Bobtail. Montenegrin Mountain Hound. To be fair, that one sounds sick, actually. On my life, though, a Montenegrin Mountain Hound gets in our starting 11. That's really the situation we're at now. This is so bad. This is so bad. How am I here again? This room has now become the Arne Slot slander department. At least I'm one more day away from a sweet release of the end of it all. Genuinely. We're getting towards I'm gonna lose it territory now. Losing to Wolves in this sort of scenario, yeah. I need everyone at the football club now. It's not just a couple people. I'm not just digging out a couple players that have been bad from time to time, that have been consistently bad even across the season. I'm looking at you, Cody Gakpo. This is everybody now. I need everyone at a football club to take a long, hard look in the mirror and then smack their heads against it. I love you all in it, but just to knock a little bit of sense into people. Liverpool Football Club Enterprises Corporated Business Ventures, yeah? You've heard of the United strand. You've heard of a man not cutting his hair until United win 5 games in a row. I refuse to eat, drink, sleep, breathe, shower, moisturize, use talcum powder until Arne Slot is out of my football club. I'm so thankful for the memories, and I don't even dislike him as a guy. It couldn't be anything less personal, honestly, but his team needs fresh ideas. There are consistently bad managerial decisions being made, but to be fair, it's not just him, it's a whole wide variety of factors. But we've legitimately not gotten better since we lost them games in a row in October. Since we lost, I think it was 6 games in a row, we actually haven't improved. How many games can you genuinely say we've been good in this season? Like 3? The West Ham game the other day was the only game where I've looked at us and been like, oh wow, I kind of feel comfortable in a lead. It was still us, so I still was expecting us to throw it away, but there was at least like a 2-goal lead or a 3-goal lead to be held on to. That hasn't happened any other time during the course of the season. Bro, it's Wolves, bro. I know they've got better. Like, Wolves were, okay, they were bad. They were definitely bad. They were on course to obviously not hit the lowest record points tally at one point during the season for a while. But the underlying numbers suggested they were never that bad. They were never as bad as Derby. They were just like traditionally bad. They were just a team that's bad enough to go down, maybe to finish bottom, at best to finish 19th, and that was kind of the end of it, right? But they have been a lot better under Rob Edwards recently. They've obviously just come off the back of beating Aston Villa. But we're now starting to defy the laws of physics. We've actually risen to a new low. We continue to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. We never disappoint to fail. And I think the worst part is I wouldn't mind, well, I would obviously mind, but I wouldn't mind as much if we were like playing well and getting unlucky, or we were like exciting to watch but losing more often than we should. You know, we've had that at times, you know, at Jurgen Klopp. We'd have a season where we'd be bad, but at the very least you could say we were entertaining to watch. We were trying. There were some positives that you could take away. I remember Darwin Núñez's first season. I remember the season where we had the crazy injury crisis and we ran out of centre-backs. Those were seasons that were bad in their own right. It didn't feel like it was because we were bland or boring. Bro, watching Liverpool, watching my football club has become coursework now. It feels like I've got my maths homework to do and I've realised that I've not completed it 17 minutes before my maths lesson in period 3 on a Tuesday. Slap me in detention, bro. I won't do the homework. I don't want to be part of this anymore. We're 5th in the league. I don't know how anyone has allowed that to happen. The teams below us, allowing us to be 5th. I know Chelsea could win and go above us on goal difference, right? They have some serious questions to answer. Even the teams above us, to be honest with you, we got to bring them into the mix for allowing this to occur as well. There's no way we're the 5th best team in the league. We've played well 3 times in the league this season. But let's talk about today. Let's talk about the game here today. Now, you know what it is? Again, like, it's all relative, right? I know Liverpool aren't as bad as teams that are down towards the bottom of the table. I know they're not as bad as teams that are guaranteed to be playing in the EFL next season, like Tottenham Tottenham. Yeah, I know my situation is woe is me, right? We fucking won the league last season, right? It's not even like just pure sadness. It's actually, I don't even understand what's happened. It's just pure shock. Like, there's so many players that just look completely different to last season. And that's just Dominic Szoboszlai and whatever was on his head for this one. Bro, just put the do-rag on. It's fine. Complete the look. Wrap it up. It's all good. This is how he turned up to a meeting with Arne Slot before kickoff. Notice how in that situation, that stock image, I've made Arne Slot the member of the royal family because we need to put him on a register imminently. Cody Gakpo has been playing for the opposition for the majority of the season, okay? But today, he blew his cover. The mask slipped off because he quite literally cleared the ball off the line for Wolves when Curtis Jones was ready to just stick it in. It's actually mind-boggling how he's managed to miss from it. He's 0 yards out. He's underneath the crossbar and he's hit the crossbar. He's flailed out a foot when Curtis Jones was there ready to just bundle the ball home and he's cleared it away. Cody Gakpo had been a little bit better recently. You know, he frauded a deflected goal against West Ham. He was not making me want to jump off the multi-story car park. But truth be told, this is it's getting ridiculous now. I don't understand, and it comes down to the manager. It has to. Yes, cool. The players have been bad. Cody Gakpo has been awful now for 4 months. Like, categorically one of the worst players in the Premier League, right? I watch a lot of football, and pound for pound, Cody Gakpo is top 10 most underwhelming, disappointing, outright worst performers of this season all round. Or definitely in the last 4 months, right? Drop him. What are you doing? He's not a big man. It's not Mo Salah. It's not Virgil van Dijk. If you were refusing to drop them, I'd understand. Because they have pedigree. They have brownie points. They've won everything there is to win. Cody Gakpo arrived 3 years ago and was like not a bit part player, but a replaceable, swappable player during that time. You've got Rio Ngamoa on the bench, who you could argue was maybe at fault defensively for one of the goals today, but came on and hit the post immediately. Every time Rio Ngamoa comes onto the pitch, he does something positive in an attacking sense. Just start him once. We're not asking for you to start the kid every week and burn him out. And I don't know if that's what he's afraid of. Just start him once. Cody Gakpo is uninspired, lost, doesn't know how to mix things up whatsoever. He does the same thing every week, every time he gets the ball, and opposition defenders know how to stop it repeatedly. I'm fed up of us looking toothless in attack. I'm fed up of us not creating anything outside of set pieces. The grief I've given to Arsenal fans all season for them scoring corners and corners alone, and then we rocketed up to the top of the fucking set piece charts because of the West Ham game, and that's basically the only time we scored goals in that game. It's getting bonkers, bro. We're not even good from set. We're not even like doing crazy corner tactics. Virgil van Dijk's just really tall. No dark hearts, no vibes, just good old-fashioned fucking bullshit. I'm fed up of us looking toothless in defense. I'm fed up of us only looking like we can score from set pieces. I'm fed up of us being bad defensively. We haven't looked this shaky at the back since the weekend. And look, I can go into the goals, right? You know, the first goal, Konate and Van Dijk both get drawn to the ball. It's just a long ball forward. Both our centre-backs go for it, leave one man open, who finishes it off amazingly, to be fair. It's a really cool finish over Alisson under pressure from Konate. And I can even go for the second goal and say, someone should have closed him down. Where was McAllister? Unlucky because of the deflection. But like, it feels like every single goal we concede, there's like 4 different reasons, like 4 different things that went wrong. A reason why we lose a game, there's like 5 or 6 reasons why something happened or why we lost the game. There are so many issues that it's tiring. There's not like an easy fix. There's not a simple way for us to be good or to stop the goals that we're conceding or to get better results than we're getting. Like, what is even the point? You know, them way there, to borrow a phrase from Expressions, but the only expression that I'm feeling is outright sadness. There's just like an abundance of issues every time we concede. Every time I say we're bad going forward, you know, there's the press. We don't, guys, like, what are we doing? We've got a front 3, Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike. They can't press. They don't have the capacity. Stop even trying. What are we doing? We don't have a front 3 that are willing to press or be intense off the ball. Don't do it. Don't bother, because we're just going to be way easier to play through when they just saunter up to a centre-back or a wing-back who's on the ball and then they just pass it round them. Like, we had a front 3. We had players that were willing to do the hard yards before. We had a Darwin Núñez or a Luis Diaz who was willing to just run about off the ball and win the ball back high up the pitch or put defenders under pressure on the ball. We're trying to play the same way, pressing-wise or similarly, and we don't have the facilities to do it. So, again, teams are just playing around us. Infuriating. Both our wingers out of form. Salah did score, to be fair. Love that for him. But we're bad. We're just bad everywhere. Midfield, we can't dominate a game. Again, I'm getting fed up of saying it. We don't have a defensive midfielder that can actually screen our extremely shaky defense. I think we've been a little bit better in the wider areas defensively. I think Kirkes has got himself together a little bit more recently. Obviously, we started a bit of an injury crisis at right back, and Frimpong doesn't fit into a 4 at the back as a right back. He's more of a... I think, again, if we played a 5 at the back, I think we'd be so solid with Kirkes and Frimpong. I think they'd really be able to excel, but we don't, so they don't. There are individual players that are not performing up to scratch. I'm talking Alexis McAllister. I'm talking Cody Gakpo. I'm talking Mohamed Salah. There are tactical issues, as I said, when it comes to our pressing, when it comes to how easy we are to play against. There are intensity problems. I mean, one thing you could never say about Liverpool was that we lacked intensity. At any point, I would say over like the last 12 or 13 years, like even pre-Klopp, you'd say Brendan Rodgers' teams, they had intensity, both in terms of off the ball and on the ball presence. We don't have that. We're so passive everywhere. We're passive on the ball. We just play it around, not really building up to anything. Not the slowest in the league by any stretch, but it's not inspiring. It's not helping us break teams down that are, putting out a low block against us or that are defending hard. Like, we really struggle to face up against teams like that on the ball. No, we don't have any intensity off it. As I said, we don't press well from the front at all. It's recruitment issues. Again, we sold our soul to the devil, removing all the depth that we've got from this team in order to sign Alexander Isak. And then it comes down to luck. We've had quite a few injuries. We're missing Connor Bradley right now. We've been missing Frimpong for sections. We're obviously now missing Alexander Isak. We have, had injury issues, yeah, but recruitment-wise, we shouldn't have got rid of so much depth. We should have actually brought Mark Gahey in. It kind of came down to Crystal Palace, but why did we leave it down to the last minute? Gahey wanted to leave and wanted to come to Liverpool the entire time. Just force it through. Just pay a couple extra million. Why are we trying to re-sign Jarell Quansah from Bayer Leverkusen? We put a buyback clause on him that's 20 million more than what we sold him for originally. That's not really how buyback clauses work, brother. We've loaned him to Leverkusen for the season, in essence, and we've then paid them 20 mil at the end of it. What sort of business acumen is that? And it isn't gonna improve. There's lots of elements that I've explained there, but the reason why some of it does come down to the manager and why I think ultimately a change is gonna need to be made at the end of the season is because this team looks uninspired. It sounds really harsh, and I have said this before, I'll always be really, really appreciative to Arne Slot for winning the league. And I think he deserves to be seen as a really solid Liverpool manager because he achieved that. In my lifetime, we've won the league twice, and one of those times is him. So it cannot be understated or overstated. It cannot be stated. No, it can definitely be stated that he's a quality manager, and he should be seen positively when it's all over, unless this goes on for years and he doesn't get sacked, right? But the reason why a change needs to be made is because this team is clearly uninspired. He cannot get the most out of a lot of these players, but I think the crucial thing is, if I was seeing him try different things every week, it kind of reminds me of Ruben Amorim to an extent. If I was seeing him try lots of different things and it wasn't working, I'd be like, Fairs, you just don't have the tools at your disposal this season, and I'd be able to quote the injuries, I'd be able to quote the poor decision-making recruitment-wise in terms of getting rid of our depth. Again, we spent a lot of money. We should not be in this situation. This is appalling. Like, there's no excuses. Yes, getting rid of the depth is poor, but we did that. That was our decision to do that, and it was the wrong decision, right? But I would look at Arne Slot and go, Bears, man, we'll give him another season, just write this one off. He won the league. But he's not willing to change anything. He's not willing to drop Cody Gakpo for a weekend. He dropped Mo Salah at the start of the season, and I genuinely think that situation blew up in his face, and now he's scared shitless to do anything. It's like, brother, no, not everyone's Mo Salah. There's only one Mo Salah in the team, and there's a Virgil van Dijk who probably wouldn't be happy at getting dropped as well. But everyone else is on the chopping block if they're playing badly. Cody Gakpo has been bad for 3 to 4 months now. Give Rio Ungamoa a chance. And it's not just that, it's other elements of the team as well. But that refusal to change isn't a good quality to have in a manager in this modern era. I can't, there's not many managers that will refuse to change or tweak or buy new players or do new things or bring players in or tweak a system slightly that succeed in modern football nowadays. He's changed things up from last season a little bit. Now that we've arrived there, he's not willing to do anything else. It's so poor. We're so, oh God, it's just bland to watch as well. We don't try and go and beat teams until the 80th minute of the game. We'll just be passive for 80 minutes and then just do a mad panic at the end, bring on Rio Ungamoa and actually try and go for it for the final 10 minutes. That's not what Liverpool's about. That's not what's going to win you things. I don't know where this has come from. I don't know why he started to approach games like this. Either way, this is bad. Bottom of the league, Wolves are better now, I hear it, but this is really, really bad. We played them again in 3 days, for fuck's sake, and I've not even got any confidence. It's not good. It's not good. We need to fix up. We need to beat Wolves in the FA Cup. We need to get a good result out of Galatasaray in the Champions League, and at least maybe try and funnel our efforts into other competitions outside of the Prem, or obviously trying to get into the Champions League. But, you know, we're 3 points clear of Chelsea. We've got a game in hand on us. They play that tonight. I don't think I feel confident in us actually getting a Champions League spot. But let me know what you think, man. Where are Liverpool going to finish this season? That's the main question for today. Drop it down in the comments section. 6,000 likes. Yeah, that's it. I haven't got anything to offer you, genuinely. I've got nothing to offer. Let's just try and hit it, just for my own mental sanity. That's going to wrap it up from me, though. Like and subscribe. Arne Slot is bald. Have a good one.